Good morning, everybody. I have heard from Council Les Gerard. He will not be joining us today. I've also heard from Mayor Rios, who will not be able to make it this morning. So we wish him well and know that he'll be back with us soon. At this point on our agenda, actually, does somebody have a paper copy? My apologies.
You don't have your iPad with you?
I left it in the office. Lesson. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and call us to order, and we're going to start with the pledge. I'm going to see if Mayor LaBarre will lead us in that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please, Ann. Present.
Present. Present.
Present.
All right, we have a quorum. With that, we're at general public comments, an opportunity for the public to make comments regarding items not on today's agenda, but within the purview of this JPA. Is there anybody who wishes to make public comment? Seeing no hands up via Zoom and no hands up in the room, we'll go ahead and close public comment and proceed forward. Our first scheduled item is 5A, to consider approval of an agreement with Monterey Bay Economic Partnership. Is there a presentation on that one? Yeah. All right.
All right, good morning, Chair and board members. So before you, what you have is a proposed agreement with MBEP for Executive Director Services. As you know, as we are ramping up the JPA, there's going to be a lot of work that comes in front of us, and we need somebody that's going to be able to take the ropes and make sure we don't miss milestones, make sure we are on top of everything. So this agreement has been proposed to have MBEP, a longtime partner of ours, really take the reins of that and serve as an executive director to the project. So before you is the agreement, and if you have any questions, we have Franny Cooper here who will serve as the executive director if you so decide to approve that agreement this morning. And then is Tara going to be on? Oh, she might be on there as well. So they're available to answer any questions you may have as well.
Are there any questions from members? All right, seeing, oh, there's Tara. Okay, seeing no questions, we'll take it out to the public, see if there's any questions from the public on this item. Seeing none in room, we'll turn to Zoom. Seeing no hands up via Zoom, we'll go ahead and entertain a motion. We have a motion and a second. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Yes.
Yes, motion carries. And I just realized we don't have to do that because we're all here in person. Very nice. My apologies. All right. And with right, it's been a long time. With that, next on our agenda is a presentation from Spectrum. We want to welcome up Lisa. Thank you for joining us today. Your choice. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see, are the slides? We need. Oh, they're there. Okay, so, but they're not up there. Is that okay? Can you all have the slides on your screen?
as long as the board can see them on their screen. You cannot, okay. So you wanna, oh, I have to show this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one will be, then we can go from here. Go back to the beginning, okay. So Chair Lopez and members of the board, thank you so much for inviting us to speak today. My name is Lisa Ludovici. I'm Director of Government Affairs for Charter Communications, also known as Spectrum. So if you aren't familiar with Charter, we are one of the largest multi-service providers in the country. We have service in 41 states under our brand name of Spectrum. And it's always a good idea to start a presentation with your awards. So that's where we're going to start. These are a few of the awards we've won over the last 3 years. This year, CNET named us the best cable internet provider. And last year, US News and World Report rated us the best internet service provider for rural areas. In the middle of the pandemic in 2020, we're also named Operator of the Year by Multi-Channel News. Of course, none of that would be possible without our talent and a dedicated workforce. Charter employs more than 95,000 people across the country. 10% are veterans and 47% are people of color. This year, we institute a $20 per hour starting minimum wage for all of our frontline employees. Our employees do not need to have a college degree when they come to work for us, but they do have several options to continue their education if they'd like to with us. So we do have education benefits as well as a Department of Labor certified broadband field technician apprenticeship program. In 2016, we also established the External Diversity and Inclusion Council. This is a body that's completely separate from Charter, made up of thought leaders from across the country, and they advise Charter how to better create diversity and inclusion amongst our employees, our boards, as well as our workforce, and also just in responding to our customers, our very diverse customer base. Charter prides itself on providing superior products and services focused on the needs of our customers. High-speed broadband is, of course, on everyone's mind right now, especially after the pandemic. We have some of the fastest internet speeds in the country. And this year, recently, we actually lifted all of our customers that were on the 100 down 10 up tier, which was our lowest tier. It's now 300 down 10 up. So all of our customers who are at the 100 tier were lifted at no additional cost. And our speeds go all the way up to gigabit over 35. Another award that we recently received was that Speed Test Intelligence rated us the fastest fixed broadband provider in California. We have our signature video service, which you may be aware of. Lots of video on demand, free HD channels, over 200 HD channels. We have a cloud-based guide as well as a guide narration. So for our visually challenged customers, they can use the narration guide to find lots of amazing programming. And we're very proud that we offer diverse multicultural programming. We also offer voice services with unlimited local and long distance calling, and Spectrum Mobile is one of our newest products. And now we're on 5G. Charter is very committed to closing the digital divide. We have several programs that we are working to address this issue. The first is kind of our longest running low cost broadband program, which you may be familiar with. It's called Spectrum Internet Assist, 30 megs down or up for $17.99, and that includes the modem for, and this is for qualifying households with students in the school lunch program or seniors on SSI. But we recently just launched Spectrum Internet 100. This is for households that qualify for the Federal Affordable Connectivity Program, the ACP. And those customers can get 100 down, 10 up for $29.99. That includes the modem and the Wi-Fi router. With the ACP subsidy of $30, that service is virtually free. We also have the Spectrum Digital Education Grant Program. We established this in 2017, and we've committed $7 million to support nonprofits that are doing digital education. Availability of infrastructure is really important, but so is adoption, and it's important for folks to know how to use this technology. These grants enable nonprofits to set up technology labs, provide online education, or distribute technology. And I'm very proud to say that Salinas-based Loaves, Fishes, and Computers has won our grants for 4 years in a row. So we're very happy to support the great work that they do. Charter also really enjoys its many government partnerships. And here are a couple of programs that I just wanted to mention so that you'd be aware. Charter is one of the few large operators who participates in the California Advanced Services Fund. Over the past couple of years, we've actually been the recipient of 16 awards. We currently have projects in development in Los Angeles and Riverside, as well as San Benito, Placer, and Ventura counties. During the pandemic, we established a new program called Stay Connected K-12, which allows school districts to become bulk internet providers. So they work with Charter for any homes for their students, their staff, their teachers that are within our footprint. They can become bulk providers. And we do a deal to offer them 50 down, 5 up from their homes. On May 27th of this year, Charter and LA Unified School District announced our partnership deal to use Stay Connected K-12 to reach LA Unified 600,000 students in their homes in Los Angeles County. Charter also has a very long history that we're proud of with Monterey County. As you may know, we served the county for decades with our cable television service. And then in 2017 and 2018, as part of our Time Warner Cable merger commitment, we upgraded all of our systems in Monterey County to offer two-way, very robust internet service. The South County cities were the first on our agenda. So the South County cities received those services first, and upon launch became gigabit cities. So all of the cities at that point, at that time, 100/4 was our bottom tier, up to gigabit service when we launched. That project in South County was about 131 route miles, and we connected 15,000 residences and businesses. We are also very proud to announce our recent ARPA grant from the county. It was just approved by the Board of Supervisors on Tuesday. And this project will include San Lucas and San Ardo here in South County, as well as 3 communities in the North County. These projects will be fiber to the premises. So all of the homes in those 2 communities will get really cutting edge technology. 272 homes in the South County project will be served, and it will be about 40 route miles. The total project cost was about $2.1 million. The total project for South and North was $3.6 million, and the county kindly gave Charter a subsidy of $1.6. Charter is paying the rest. So these internet speeds for the residences and businesses in these areas will start at 300/10 and go up to gigabit over 500 megabits. The low-cost broadband programs I just mentioned will be available, and our Spectrum Digital Education Grant Program will now be available for those communities as well. And we look forward to many more partnerships with Monterey County, and I'm pleased to be here today to answer any questions you have and just to offer our interest in supporting you in projects, other projects you may have here in South County.
Thank you, Lisa. And so today's presentation was informational, but we thank you for coming forward and sharing all the great work that you've been doing in our communities. At this point, I want to turn to the board and see if there's any questions or comments.
Just one question. In regard to this.
Yes, I do believe we are serving some of the schools here in South County, the cities. I know we did approach the county, but I'm not sure what the outcome of that was. So I can research that with our government and education team and see how that's going. Sure. Well, as the board begins to identify projects or things that you're interested in doing, we already do serve the cities pretty extensively. But I understand that you're looking to expand that ability to look for other opportunities beyond the four cities. So we just like to work with you and potentially bid on any projects that you may identify. If you have ideas that you'd like to work with Charter on, please let us know. We do pretty much serve all of the cities as they are, but if there are outlying areas that are being developed, we'd be really interested in working with you to get those served.
Cool. Any questions? All right, let's take it out and see if there's any public input or questions for Lisa. Seeing none in the room, turn to Zoom and see if anybody's got their hand up. Doesn't look like it. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, I also have some flyers on
Yeah.
our low-cost broadband programs that I will leave over here.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have a presentation on the Crown Castle proposal. Is there a representative, Rennie?
So I don't have slides regarding the proposal, but you had it in your packet. And I just want to give some background on why this is needed and necessary under any circumstances. So let me go back and give a little bit of history. About 10 years ago, we had middle mile fiber installed, which you're aware is it's called the Sunesis line, from Soledad all the way up to UC Santa Cruz. So this is middle mile fiber. It's dark fiber, which means that it needs to, the infrastructure exists, but it needs to go to the end user, the business or the household. So there's a high level of bandwidth here, and Sunesis got bought by Crown Castle. Therefore, that's why this proposal is from Crown Castle. Part of that CSF agreement, when the CPUC gave money to fund this middle mile fiber, was that they would lock in very low fiber leasing rates, and those rates expire in a few months. So it's not urgent that we have to approve this today, but the rates will go up exponentially in 2023. And that was part of the original agreement. It's at a very low cost. I think I don't want to quote anything. I can't remember the exact cost per mile. In any case, the Crown Castle worked with our team of engineers. That's not my area of expertise, but our engineers specified what needs to be done to light up that dark fiber to get to these communities as part of this South Salinas Valley JPA. So the proposal before you is just for the fiber leasing rates, which is going to be needed no matter which provider actually goes to the home or the business. And like I said, and we can lock in these rates for 20 years, up to 20 years. And there are two two different options before you, and I would recommend the second with an initial investment of 200,000 upfront for infrastructure. The overall cost of the fiber leasing over the 20-year period will be much lower if we proceed that way. Otherwise, the monthly charge is $8,500 a month. If there's no upfront cost, it would be $5,200 a month if there's that initial investment. Any questions?
All right.
Actually, I do have
Drew?
a quick question. Do we know what the bandwidth of that fiber, those fiber strands are?
I can't tell you exactly, but we're leasing 4 strands, which is a more than adequate amount of bandwidth to accomplish what we need to do. Again, I'm not an engineer, so I apologize. I can't give you the
That's
exact,
my question. I am an engineer. I actually work in high tech.
But-
So
but I can find out for you.
I definitely would like to know, because I definitely want to make sure you say it's more than enough, but I know that bandwidth capacities and bandwidth requirements are continually increasing. I
Mhm.
just want to make sure it's enough, and we're not going to get caught up in 2, 3, 4 years and saying, oh no, we need 2 or 4 more strands. I just want to make sure that it is sufficient for the long term.
I will find that out for you
Definitely. Thank you.
and send that on to the entire group.
Any other questions from the dais? Okay, then at this point, let's take it out to the public, see if there's any input on this item. Don't see any hands up or anybody in room. So at this point, I believe that this isn't actually something we're voting on today. It's just information. That's correct. Okay.
Right, like I said, it's not an urgent matter, but we need
Right.
to get it resolved within the next few months in order to lock in those rates.
Perfect. And no doubt that we will. Yes.
Really quick, just one quickly, I think we brought up a question with regard to- I think if we can get that information beforehand, then we can look at it.
I will get on that right away.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brenny.
All right, thank you.
All right. Then our next item up is officer nominations. We also need a treasurer. And so at this point, I don't see an official report in here, but I'm going to assume that our action today will be to select and appoint a treasurer. I'm happy to nominate to my left, Alejandro Chavez. You're the only one here. It's kind of like, there's an alternate, I believe.
No, actually,
so.
I'm not anymore.
Okay.
I'm not an alternate
Oh,
anymore.
you're not. You're the
As of
main-
Tuesday night, I am the representative.
Congratulations. Welcome. Okay, well, I've got a nomination on the
And I'll
table.
second that.
Great. So we got a nomination and a second. Are you willing to accept? Great. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and see if there's any additional conversation. I'll take it out to the public, see if there's any input from the public. See if anybody on Zoom. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposition? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
I'm doing this blindly without a report.
Sometimes that's okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Thank you. So with that, we're at our executive director's report. We're in transition here, so who's going to grab the mic? Right.
So, we discussed this last meeting, Thursday morning. We'll keep it on that way in that time. Would you like me to send a poll? See when the next meeting is, or you want that meeting?
I think we should set a meeting now. Now, there's two, I have a question. So you mentioned that they're going to be quarterly meetings, but we haven't adopted that in the form of our bylaws yet. Right. And so until that is done, every meeting is considered a special. Right. So considering that and the fact that we still have the outline question of the bylaws, legal representation, I know there's been an informal conversation, but having that formally adopted by this board should happen sooner rather than later. And then there is also the question of any other agreements or MOUs that need to come forward at this point. And so with that in mind, I would hope that we could meet in about 2 to 3 weeks. Would that be too fast for you, Freddie? Okay,
The agreement just states, the initial dictated agreement just states that the bylaws would conform within a year.
right.
So that's a really long time. And we work on the way that in stone
Yeah,
sooner rather than later. So Frank and I will work with us on things like that and put together things all as well. So,
I think that would be ideal. To Mike,
We're gonna have a conflict, that would be the 11th. So we're talking 18th August?
Yep. you good? I'm good.
I'm good as well.
Okay, so we'll shoot for the 18th. 18th, 9 o'clock here in Chambers. Let's take it out to the public, see if there's any public input on this conversation. I do see a hand up from Tara Garaya. See, Tara, when there's no pressure, I get it right away. Tara, the floor is yours.
Right, thank you. Again, good morning and apologies for being late. It's, I do want to make a comment that we're very excited here at Monterey Bay Economic Partnership to provide this service, and you have a great team of folks representing MPEP. You know Franny, Ms. Cooper does not need any introductions, and Alexia Garcia should also be in the audience. She will also be helping with the broadband initiative. I couldn't hear the exchange just now, but my recommendation was going to be that there should be a meeting in the short order of the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm assuming that's what the 18th is, as we sort of figure out the bylaws and hold these special meetings in the short order before the meetings are calendared out. So that was going to be my comment. And I couldn't hear, so hence I wanted to raise my hand, but happy to be part of this and really excited about next steps.
Thank you, Tara, and you are correct. That'll be our next meeting is the 18th and in 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay. Thank you.
All right, I see no other hands up and nobody coming forward in room. With that, I believe we have concluded our business for today, and so we are at adjournment. Thank you, everybody.
We can only